And we
we are
are live,
live.
maybe.
Well, we are
God,
live. We're just in different locations, is all.
yeah, we
How
cannot.
synced up was that? Was that completely unsynced?
I don't think that was synced at all, if we're honest, but hey.
It is what it is. We're just doing what we usually do. It's about
Oh,
all
hey.
that we can do at this point.
Oh, hey, look, I just got a reminder of the live stream that we're doing.
Yeah, me too. It says we're doing a live stream.
Hey.
Hello, Michelle and
Hello.
Haley. And
Doo,
who
doo,
else is
doo.
going to come up? Let's see. We are getting viewers. We like viewers.
Yes.
So as you can see, we are in different locations.
It's snowing.
It's snowing. Yes, actually, the last time we did this was because of COVID. We're not separate because of COVID. We're separate because of weather.
Yeah. The weather. No bueno.
The weather outside is frightful. But no, we don't have a fire in here, so that doesn't work.
No, you at least have a fireplace, though.
Yeah, but not down here.
Hi, Annie. Hi, Allison. Yeah, Haley, if you would like to be put on the list, we can do that for you.
I can do that. Or you can do it. Or we both can do it because we
Yeah.
both have
We
separate
each have-
lists.
Yup.
So we'll wait a few more minutes for other people to chime in before we get into all this. Let's see. Do you have your cat by your feet? Guess who came down and joined me?
I heard her. She's already.
Oh, you
given
heard her? Yes.
She's already
always
given
down.
an opinion this evening.
Good evening, Kathy. How are you doing? Oh.
Yeah, he's not at my feet, but he is right next to me. So.
Oh, and Pandora just ran upstairs. So, but I have no idea. I mean, she'll be back. She always is.
Yeah.
So, good evening, one and all. Good evening, Angela. As you can see, we are not together. Well, we are, but we are in separate things. Thank goodness for the modern miracles of technology. But yeah, it's snowing pretty badly outside. So, and the storm is just starting, and it's going to get a lot worse. So that's why Red is not here in the traditional dragon quarters for these live streams. She is in her own little safe abode. Therefore, when we are done with this live stream, neither one of us has to go anywhere. We can just watch it snow, watch it, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, and worry about the aftermath tomorrow when it's done.
I don't actually have to worry about living in an apartment complex.
Yeah, that's right. Someone else will do the shoveling and the plowing. Unfortunately, that's going to be all up to me when the time comes.
Well, I mean, I wish you could cut like the plow guide that they have for our complex is very scary. He's almost hit me several times. It's like he doesn't look at all. Thank you.
Gabby, you actually want snow? Why?
Well, I mean, it's January. This is the appropriate time.
Well, I know.
Because we're all going, oh God, oh no, climate change.
It has been a weird weather, weird December, weird January. It was 50 degrees 2 days ago.
Uh-huh. This is a very weird winter.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Shall we get officially rolling? Rolling.
For the people that are new, have not joined us before, this is your first time. Here is the spiel, essentially.
Oh, do you want to give the spiel tonight?
If you it doesn't matter to me. We both got it.
Go for it. I usually do it, so you do it this time.
So we are offering free 3-card readings. We are doing 10 at a time, like 10 per live stream. And if you are on the list, you can get a reading. We do have a few spots that are still open, but essentially it is you're kind of on a list and you just have to patiently wait until it is your turn. Although if you do have some schedule conflicts, if you would like to be earlier or later in the evening, do let us know. We do try to accommodate where we can. But essentially, we are going to give you choice of decks. And then we are going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 78. Normally, when we're doing readings in person, we have you all shuffle the deck. But we cannot do that on a live stream. So this is how we do that, is we have you pick a number between 1 and 78, and we start with that card. Would you like to explain what the decks are, milord?
Yes. I presume you have your usual decks, as have I. The decks that Red possesses, well, actually, we both possess the Dragon Tarot.
Gotcha, Kim. Oh, yes, by the way, if you guys are signing up in the comments, just if we don't register you, we haven't seen it. So we will let you know when we see your comment.
I'll go through the litany of the list of what we have so far in a second here. So yes, we both have the Dragon Tarot, an all-purpose deck. Red also carries the Swiss 11J deck, which we refer to as the Dark Shadows deck, because that's the deck that was actually used in that 1960s soap opera. And I have the Relationship, the Tarot of Sexual Magic deck. I always have to warn people, it's R-rated. There are some cards in there which have a little bit of R-rated level of nudity, so beware of that if you want to hit into a relationship deck. So yes, when it is your turn, just let us know who you would like to have be the primary person to read you, even though I'm pretty sure we will both chime in anyway.
But the list is not full yet, Liz. I will put you on.
But basically, ask for the reader you'd like to have, ask for the deck you'd like to have, and then the number for 1 to 79. So since we're doing this on different parts here, different locations, I will read the list I have, and Red, you can make sure, because I think everyone that was pre-signed up is already here.
Yes, I do believe so.
In no particular order from the pre-signed ups, we have Kathy, we have Marie, we have Sonia, we have Beth, we have Angela, Allison, and I believe all you already checked in. And then since we've started this thing, we have Haley, Kim, and Liz, which is a total of 9, which means we have 1 left.
Oh, Annie just asked for it.
Annie just asked for that. So there is our 10. Okay.
Good job, Annie.
So.
Oh, Teresa, I'm so sorry. You just missed it, but we will put you on the waiting list because maybe something will happen.
Yeah, usually with these lists, there's always at least one person that disappears, drops out, etc. So, but I've got Teresa on here first on the wait list. And by the way, that if for some reason we can't get to you tonight, we can put you primary on the list for next month, the February, the Valentine's Day, or somewhere around there thing. So, okay, did that make sense? Did I miss anyone?
Nope. I think that was good. And also, thank you for the compliment on my good witch. But my favorite part is
you froze.
Oh no!
Try it again. Oh, yeah, it says bad witch now, but yet when you start trying, you froze.
Damn.
So yes. Do it again. Good witch. There we go.
So which would you like
right now? Which witch are you?
Whichever upon request.
All right, so let's get into our list of people who signed up first, our first 6 ones. And I think that we should have Beth go first because she's been waiting for like forever, correct?
Okay, I don't disagree.
So, and then I would go with Allison next because Allison actually also signed up a month ago, but as part of the last one. So,
yes.
So we will start with Beth, and then we will go to Allison, and then we'll figure it out from there. So, Allison, you are in the batter's box. Beth, batter up.
So, Beth, which deck would you like? Which reader would you like? Do you have a question? And a number between 1 and 78, if you please.
Yes, you can ask a question if you have one. If you don't have to, and we'll just do something general. Totally up to you.
Exactly. You good, bro?
She's punting. Whoever feels that they should read me. You're gonna get both of us. Is what's gonna
I was gonna say then she's gonna be stuck with both of us.
Yes. All right, try a deck and try a number, Beth. And do you have a question?
Dad, I'm so worked to the bone these days. I tell you what.
Bad to the bone.
Do I get nothing for that?
No, that was just bad. It was just
Oh.
that's why I said bad to the bone, because as a kind of double entendre.
No, I know, but I was
That was
hoping that
just
it was a
bad.
good. Hey, rude.
All right, so Beth wants a dragon deck. She wants 56, and her question is career. Okay, she says, "Do you need to know exactly what the question is?" Well, if you have one, yeah.
Because we're not mind readers.
No, we're not mind readers. Now, if you want to keep it more just like, say general career, we can do that too. You can provide as much or as little personal information as you wish. It's solely up to you. But if you do have a specific question, yeah, we do need to hear it. In the meantime,
are we doing your dragon deck first?
We'll go with mine. We'll start off with mine. So I will go ahead and count out the cards too. She gave me numbers 56.
See, this is the hardest part for me when we're not actually in the same room together. I have to flip my own cards. Here be the question. Should I retire in May or should I keep working part-time? Counting.
Got it. All right. Nice. So now the top three. And unfortunately, this time, because we're doing it this way, we have no separate camera for cards.
No,
we got to do it the old-fashioned way we did when we first started doing these live streams. Almost 3 years ago now, when COVID started.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years in May.
Yes, exactly. So I'll tell you what we have here first, and then I'll show the cards to the camera. You're gonna love this, Red. They're all cups, every single one of them.
Okay.
We have the King of Cups as the first one, the inverted 9 is the second, and the 7 is the last one. So I will now show you the pictures. Hold up to the camera. There is the King of Cups, which, by the way, also doubles for the sign of Cancer. And as you see there's a full moon in the background, and there is a wolf howling at the moon behind the dragon. Here we have the inverted or upside down 9 of Cups. And if you're like, well, that doesn't help much, so I'll turn it upright so you guys can see the picture here. I sometimes refer to this as the fish out of water card because it's a seahorse dragon who's actually jumping out of the lake there while the other fish are going back inside. And then the finale one, the 7 of Cups. 7 different chalices the dragon gets to pick from. Every chalice has a different symbol because it basically represents different aspects of your life. And the idea of pick which one is most important to you. There's no real wrong answer, but you got to pick. Or actually, no, you actually really don't have to pick if you don't want to. But it's like the universe is like giving you a little gift so that you can want to purify yourself or improve upon. So the idea of should you retire? Well, cups are all about emotions. So let's just basically say that this decision to retire, according to the cards anyway, has got absolutely nothing to do with financial, and it's all about you and your emotions, your love or lack of love of actually working and doing that job of yours. So whether you retire completely or go part-time, obviously is completely your decision. But the idea is that it's an emotional decision. The idea of this one, the idea of the concept of if you retire, hey, we have
I see it. Yeah, I got it.
I say our first troll of the night. Sorry, Paul. Goodbye. This one here, referring to the lone wolf here. The idea of the lone wolf. Let's face it. There's a lot of poetry written about lone wolves and all that. Some of it's kind of apropos, and some of it's just more kind of silly. But the idea is that the thing is being alone. Some people really enjoy being alone. Others are absolutely frightened by it. The idea is that which are you? Concept of if you do retire emotionally, decision. But anyway, the thing is, how are you going to feel about that? Are you going to miss it, or are you going to actually revel in it? Again, there's no real wrong answer there. The idea of the upside down fish out of water card kind of more refers to the idea of, I think you are a little bit hedging your bet on the whole thing of being alone right now. It's like you're not really quite sure. It can be cool, it can be exciting, and also it can be kind of boring if you don't really have something to fill your time with. If you think about that, when people retire, I really like this one as your last card.
Beth also wants to know what the card at the top is. The cup. The top cup there.
The symbol?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all the different symbols here. The actual on the symbol on the cup at the very, very top there, on top of the dragon's head, that's a prism. That represents knowledge. If you want to grab that one, or that's the one where the dragon's head's kind of like more tilted toward, that is the cup of knowledge. I mean, the other things here, other symbols here, there's one for money, there's one for power, there's one for hard work, there's one for personal relationships, there's one for learning more about your own inner workings of yourself. And what do you want to pick? Again, like I said, everyone has their own individual priorities. So like I said, there's no real wrong answer on that one. But lucky number 7, not so much lucky, but more like a number of resolution. But the idea is it's much more of a positive number than it is anything else here. We got another troll, by the way.
Yep.
It is clearly your call. But I would say, and Red, will obviously chime in on this one as well. Look at this one. It's an interesting prospect for you to retire because, again, it's an emotional decision. This is not financial, at least according to this anyway. It sounds cool, but you're kind of afraid that if you pull the trigger that you're going to regret it later on. And it's just like, it's like there's almost like is there a way I can like trial retire first and see how much I really like it? Because you really like more stability than anything else here. So the first 2 cards really kind of contradict themselves. And the fact of it is like, being alone, yay, great. Being alone, do I really want to do this? So what do you think, kid? What's your interpretations of that? Or you want to expand upon anything which I said?
Well, also for me, those are an interesting progression in themselves, because I'm also looking at sort of like the timeline of it all as well. So when you have the king, and then you have the 9, basically you're going from feeling more comfortable where you were to basically where you are right now is just questioning a lot. But I personally think that this isn't quite the correct question for you, because I think in order for, retirement to really happen, you need to sort of know what you're going to be doing. And I know you have a lot going on. I know you could keep yourself busy, but do you yet have an idea of like what your post-retirement day-to-day routine would look like? Or do you maybe want to give that some more thought first, so it feels less like jumping off a cliff and more there's actually a bridge? That's what I get.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I think you nailed it. I'm afraid of being alone, but I definitely have stuff to keep me busy. I'm comfortable in my job and my knowledge and my experience, but I'm burnt out and I'm worried about scheduling. Yeah, you are not alone in the burnout club, at least.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. By the way, Robin, we see your message. We will put you on the waiting list for tonight.
Just know that we might not be able to get to you. But if you're interested, you could also you could have priority for next month's stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Beth, I look at this and I don't think it's a bad concept for you to like think about this a little further. In that, the last thing you want to have is a rocky transition.
That.
So consider all the things that you do which keep up your time outside of your job. And really kind of like even though this is clearly an emotional decision, I'm actually asking you to, for at least for this analysis, actually put your emotions on hold and really use your brain, use your schedule finder, and just like really kind of like just map it out, and then see what you really can pull from that. So on that note, yes, her last comment says, so going part-time might be a good thing. Yeah, and I think it might. In the fact that it's almost like like I said, it's like a trial retirement. You get to have some time off, and you'll change your schedule, clearly a little bit, but as you kind of like go away partially, you'll look at the whole. Are you sensing that you're missing something? Hopefully not. Tell you the truth. All right, so we are going to move on to Allison. Batter up. Let's see. Do you want to pick anyone for the on deck circle while we're waiting for Allison to? Because we have Kathy, Marie, Sonia, and Angela.
Why don't we throw Angela?
Okay, yes, Angela's never been here before, so yes, Angela, we will put you in the on deck circle while we take care of Allison.
Seven, both sexy deck. General reading for her single self.
Yeah, this is funny because we actually haven't. It's like we went through like the last 2 or 3 live streams and never cracked the red deck. All right, so number 7. Oh, she wants lucky number 7. She wants to get lucky with the red sexual cards here. So we'll see. Actually, knowing our luck, they'll just be just generic ones. They won't have because there's plenty of those, by the way. What's funny, I honestly really think that they market this. They call this the terror of a sexual magic just to sell more copies because it's the minority of cards are the ones which are sexual. Most of them are. Huh. Okay. All upside down. We seem to have a trend here tonight.
Everyone's inverted.
Well, not that way. Well, the thing is, Beth got all water cards.
Hey.
Allison got 2 water cards of 3.
No.
Okay.
No.
So, are you having a problem with a certain 4-footed furry one?
Excuse me a moment. The cat is attacking the tablecloth.
I was gonna say you just froze again.
Stop it.
All right, so we have the reverse 7 of Swords, the reverse Moon, and then reverse Death. Yes. The Moon and Death are both water cards because they both also double as zodiac. Moon being Pisces and Death being Scorpio. So, Allison, I can't remember your birthday. Are you either of those water signs? Just kind of curious. So I will show you the pictures. Now, remind you that all these cards were inverted. So yes, there's a little bit of little bit of R-rated nudity here, but not much. Here's your 7 of Swords picture.
Oh, you're an Aries. Interesting.
Yes. So swords, by the way, for the element of air. You see the man and the woman with in bed. Neither of them have any clothing on, but their backs are turned towards each other, and he looks rather dejected. Oh, and by the way this deck is drawn, it is drawn in the heterosexual perspective, but it works for every type of relationship because it's about actual male and female energy. So it doesn't mean that you, Allison, have to be the lady. You could be the guy in this card, and the lady in the next card, or not. Maybe it could be the guy in all cards. Doesn't really matter. The moon picture, sex on the beach. So initially someone looked at that and said, it's an orgy on the beach. And like, actually it's, no, it really is. It's a pair of individual couples, who are having some, activities. They're literally right next to each other, but they're not like paying attention to it. It's not an orgy. It's just two couples next to each other, minding their own business.
Hold on, sorry. Virginia, he's now just holding it. He's just gripping it with the claws.
And here is death. Death, in this case, the Grim Reaper is drawn as a woman. Something you don't see very, very often. The woman with long red hair.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen any of those in my life. Was not birthed by one.
Well, not one was a Grim Reaper.
I mean, her text alert in my phone is the Nazgul screech.
I did not know that.
She does. She's not happy with it, but I thought it was funny.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to use that at most opportune time. I didn't realize that was even an option there. Anyway, sorry, we're getting way off target here. So, Allison, general reading based upon that. The dejected couple. Well, the fact of, honestly, the thing is, since the face you can see there is the gentleman, which honestly kind of tells me that you're probably more like being the gentleman. That's your energy right there. The fact of, all right, your single self there, and the fact of is that what it's like to be in relationships where, you're not on the same page, like not even close. And the thing is that it really kind of affects you more than the other person. Case in point, the fact of it's the guy here who's all sad, dejected. Granted, you can't see her face, but the thing is, the fact that you're not seeing the face, indicating it's more about how that one individual is feeling, and that's you. And the thing is that you're kind of sick of this nonsense, and also you're also kind of sick of this nonsense too. The idea of since you said you're an Aries, you're not a Pisces, you're not a Scorpio. That this is obviously is a very, very physical card here, even though it's on the emotional side here. But its idea is that this is the
I got something for this one.
You want to go for it?
Well, the moon in any deck for me always has a little bit of that Shakespearean element of swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the artwork kind of really reflects the don't get comfortable where you are. You're not staying here.
Right. It's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Sex on the beach is great, but again, you can't linger, and again, you're looking for something which is, well, different. Not something that you've had, at least relatively recently. And the whole point of death is change.
Mm-hmm.
That's predominantly what death refers to. It's like, a lot of people who aren't from tarot, they hate the death card. It's like one. Well, you know why? And the fact of death doesn't refer to actual physical death, because essentially we're all going to die one day. Therefore, why even bother having a tarot card, which kind of says the obvious?
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of, this just refers to change. Now, the idea is that, in my opinion, the reason why the Grim Reaper here is drawn as a female is because it's the female energy. The female, in your case, Allison, your feminine energy, you're the one who actually has to take that scythe there in your arms, and you're the one who actually has to make the change. The idea is that if you want to have a basic change coming around for you, you can't wait for something to happen to you. You have to basically take care of it yourself.
You have to do. You have the scythe. You have the tool. You have to do the harvesting. If you don't harvest stuff, you cannot plant new things. Also, if you don't harvest stuff, the stuff that you don't harvest dies anyway. without being used.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's like, for all the things that you've experienced in the past, it's like, all right, think about, what you would like to have in the future and make it happen. The things that, didn't happen because either your partners were unable or unwilling to do something, or you were unable or unwilling to do something. But now you're kind of going, maybe I would have been better, blah, 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 blah. Whatever the specifics are, again, irrelevant, at least from our perspective. But the idea is that, the change needs to come internally first. Once you actually decide exactly who and what you're looking for, only then can you actually go out and really seek it and really hopefully find what it is that you actually wish. Because if you don't really know what you're looking for, not only you're not going to find it, you're going to find something you don't want.
mm-hmm.
And there's been way, way too much of that.
We don't need to be falling into old patterns.
No. So, general, like you asked, but the idea is that, it does not show that, oh, there's someone coming down the path for you in 6 months. No, actually, it doesn't show that. It basically says there's a decent amount of internal work that you need to do first. Now, how long is that going to take? That's totally up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it only depends upon how serious you are at actually wanting to move forward.
Right.
Now, having heard that, do you have any follow-up questions you'd like to ask?
Changing.
Oh, David Bowie.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, good. Are you done? Good.
I'm curious. I've gotten a very weird visual view of you. You freeze an awful lot, and then you're like skip, and then they like a few seconds behind. And I don't know if that's just me seeing that, or if everyone else sees that too.
I'm not sure either. This is part of why doing it in 2 separate locations is not ideal.
I know. I mean, am I doing up little freeze here and there, or am I just
a little
whatever?
bit, but not too bad.
Okay.
Woo.
So no follow-up. Very well.
You're
All right,
welcome.
All right, so then I'm going to put the red ones away, reshuffle. We are going to move to Angela. And welcome, Angela, for the first time to our stream, at least for getting a reading. I don't know if you've watched these streams before. Angela is one of our fellow Rennies, and she's a dragon charmer on stage anyway. She plays one of her many characters that she has at Ren Fairs. She's the Duchess of Yorkshire Pudding. She's a great children's storyteller. And one of the stories that she tells, I get to act out with her because she tells the story of how she saves the kingdom from a dragon. Moi. And she charms me because I'm a nasty dragon when the story begins. At the end of it, I'm her pal and the pal of the kingdom because she feeds me pudding.
The fact that that's so similar to what we created when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That there were moments in time where you were like describing it to me, and I was like, was she there? Was she there at the time?
So I take it you are counting out the cards for Angela's question here.
I am. It's my turn because she wanted the dragon deck, and since we just used yours.
Yep. No, that's perfectly. It makes perfect sense.
So
we will throw those up here so everyone else can see.
Question is, will I be able to keep my home, or will I have to leave? Are you a Leo? The reason I'm asking is she got both of them.
Oh, she got Strength and the Queen of Wands?
Yep. We have... She's only mostly inverted.
Mostly inverted.
Yes, we have 2 inverted and 1 actually right side up. But, so, we have the 3 of coins. Work with me, camera.
You
And this
froze
is,
again.
man, I'm doing my best.
Unfortunately, the view I have here, it's all blurry.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get the camera to freaking work with me here. So Queen of Wands. And then Strength. Not inverted.
Your camera's not cooperating. They all unfortunately all look very blurry.
I'm trying my best.
Actually, let me see if I'll find them real quick. It was
3 of Coins, Queen of Wands, and Strength.
Give me a minute here.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna just start talking.
Start talking. You said three of coins, right?
Yes. So the question being, will you be able to keep your home, or will you have to leave? This honestly, to me, as a progression, looks much more positive than a question like this typically, because basically 3 of Coins, Queen of Wands, Strength, the 3 of Coins, the walking the path, this is where we're at. 3 Heart, Coins, Earth, which your home is Earth. That is just part of it. So this is, for very obvious reasons, an Earth thing and a water thing all at the same time. But the thing about the dragon in the 3 of Coins, that dragon isn't panicking, at least not outwardly, because this dragon has a plan. There's
the 3 of coins with the dragon.
Thank you. So yes. And basically there's the 4 of Coins. The dragon is literally just like sitting on the forest floor, not moving, no path, and just kind of staring up the sky going like, help, I'm lost. This isn't that. I'm not saying that the 3 of Coins is like, oh yeah, everything's totally covered, you totally got, but there's a plan of some sort that's enacted. There are steps that you can take to mitigate the losing of the home. Inverted Queen of Wands right now, I am guessing that you're incredibly drained on the energy front, the emotional front, the mental front, and probably the physical front as well, if we're honest. So I can understand why you're inverted in that way. You're just feeling very drained right now. But Strength as the outcome of this, I think, is incredibly positive. Because that shows even if you are going to have to leave your home, you're going to land on your feet. Would you like to jump in here, Milord?
Well, also the fact of is that both the inverse queen, the Queen of Wands, and this card represent the sign of Leo, the fire sign. You notice that especially the Strength card is the fact of it is strength, and you see that you've got the duality on the card. You have the dragon on the one side and the lion on the other. Now, which energy are you? I mean, a little bit of both. Does it really matter from the purpose of the card? No. But the idea is that you're not in this alone. You know, the fact of is that you are separate. The rod there is separated, the two of them. So this refers to sometimes a partnership where the fact of is that sometimes the individuality is actually better and that they only need to come together every now and then. And sometimes it refers to the fact of when people actually are physically separated. And the fact of you still can draw the energy of the one, because you see the way the snakes are there, the gray and the white, they're back and forth and back and forth. So even though that they may be separated, the dragon and the lion can share their energies between each other. So, you know, as much as Angela, as you feel that you're alone in all this mess, you really aren't.
And being a Capricorn doesn't really change the overall. It's one of those things where sometimes astrology plays into it and sometimes it doesn't. I was
Right.
just kind of I was just kind of amazed that in a 3-card draw you got both of the Leo cards. It's a very unlikely thing.
Right. And of course, yeah, going back to this one, even though this was inverted, the queen here is that there's a very interesting mixture of religious symbols in this. You know, the dragon is wearing a necklace, which is an ankh. There's a triscale above her head. You know, you've got the whole Egyptian pyramids in the background. I mean, it really is. It's deliberately, it's a mixed bag of stuff. It's like you're not throwing all your eggs in one basket.
The
And the idea
crown's
is
all, the crown's also not on her head,
that. Hmm.
suggesting you feel disconnected, you feeling disconnected from your crown, your inner strength. You need to
Hmm.
put your crown back on your head. Um, Interesting concept considering the recent events, but also recent events like the fair community loves you, hun, and you know that GoFundMe that's going around for like that's really just like there's a support network there for you. And I
Hmm.
think, people are really trying to show you that right now.
Right.
It can be very hard to see that because in situations like this we can very much get trapped in our head.
Hmm.
But outside of you, you have a gigantic support system in this community.
Yeah, I mean, both of us obviously know the situation, as to all of the people who are watching this who are part of the Ren community. For those who are not part of the Ren community, not that I'm going to go over great details unless Angela would like to do it herself. She suffered a very personal loss recently. And the fair community has really basically shown that they really have her back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
while she's going through the grieving process, and then financial issues became part of it as well as this whole situation. It really kind of shows. It really kind of reminds me of the Christmas movie. Not the Christmas season just ended. It really reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life, and the fact of, she's playing the role of George Bailey. And the thing is, for those of you who are familiar with that movie, is that when George is his like absolute worst case scenario, and is contemplating suicide, oh, here comes a guardian angel, which kind of like shows him, you know, various interesting stories. I don't want to give it the plot line for those who've never seen this movie before. But at the very, very end, it's just the fact of is that the entire town rallies around the character and basically helps him out of the mess that he's in. So it's. I mean, obviously, Angela's specifics are very, very different, but it really kind of reminds me of that in a lot of ways. So I don't know if you have any supplemental questions to that, Angela. I will give you a minute to contemplate.
So we have Sonia and Kathy and
And
Maria.
Marie.
Yep, of our people who signed up before tonight.
So
So
you want to pick someone at random, or you want me to do it?
yeah, why don't you go for it?
I'll pick Kathy at random. So,
And Angela, yes, that's essentially the whole thing.
I mean, the idea is that regardless of what happens, you are going to be fine. That absolutely is true. I look at from the standpoint of view is, remember, there's an awful lot of your own free will in this. So consider what you really would like to have. And then, as they say on Star Trek with Jean-Luc Picard, make it so.
Also, we are potentially going to have a visitor. That cat is absolutely contemplating jumping on the table.
Well, do you hear the meowing that's behind me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pandora has thoughts, or is that Sam?
This is Sam. He was howling upstairs. Now he's down here meowing at me.
So Sam has thoughts tonight.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's move on. And since we did your dragon deck, we'll do mine right now. So
Yep. And
Kathy wants number 27, so let me count that out. You take care of the comma here.
we have the last few years have brought gear shift after gear shift. What's coming this year? Probably more change. That really seems to be the theme of the last few years. Just were you comfortable where you were? Too bad.
Hi. Meow. He's right at my feet right now. What do you want? Other than to be a pain in the neck. Well, you're doing.
Oh, I like how we're both taking a cat petting pause.
Yeah. You want to get in the camera? You've done it before. He's right behind. He's on the couch behind me right now.
Aww.
All right. So here's what we have now. Unlike one of the last one I did this, where they were all inverted, these are all facing me. So we have no inversions. And this one's a real mixed bag. We have the Knigget of coins. We have the Knigget of wands. And then the Two of swords.
Wow, you weren't kidding about the change. Knights are indicative of change. Ha! You were not kidding.
The last few years have brought gear shifts, you said. Gear shift after gear shift. What's coming this year? Well,
more.
Well, here's the funny part.
More.
Okay. So anyway, one which I point out to people, with the knight, knights refer to change. But the thing is, this deck is very, very works very well with the whole concept of the elements. And the idea is the fact of the knights used to be soldiers. And so the thing is, these are drawn as dragons, as soldiers. And based upon the element, explains exactly what they're in for. Your first card is the Knight of Earth. So what you have here is the Knight of Defense. This is the soldier, the sentry on duty. He's like there. He's like going, he's got a spot. He ain't moving. You cross that line, you die. And there's a little bit of a dragon. There's a dragon tip. I'm sorry, a small dragon on his wingtip in the background. The idea is that this dragon, if nothing else, is there to protect those who cannot be protected. The family members, those which are most precious to the dragon, well, to you. Converse that with your second card, the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands. This one is all about offense.
And dealing with the aftermath of them volcanoes.
Exactly. Well, the idea is that this dragon believes that the best defense is a good offense. Hence why he has his lance there. His shield's like hanging up in the atmosphere. He's like he goes, I don't need no friggin' shield. I'm just going to go out there and slay those Huns as they come, towards the castle here before they even get here. Because that's what I do. I'm just going to, if this was Game of Thrones, he would just go, Dracarys, and he would just incinerate everything, And then we have the Two of Swords. The card of actual balance, but not an even balance, as you probably can tell by this.
It's a learning curve balance.
Yeah, two identical swords. Is the dragon holding each one up with a talon? Nope. One talon is holding the scales of justice or balance, to basically saying this is how we do it. One dragon or one sword is being held by his second talon. The other one is being held up by his tail. The idea is that to achieve your overall life balance, you can't just perfectly just put equal energy into those two swords. It's inconsistent. Now, typically that refers to personal life and professional life. And today, you're grabbing the front sword. Tomorrow, you switch and you grab the back sword and you put the tail around the front sword. So the thing is, that's not always going to be that you're always holding this one first. No, sometimes it's going to be this one. Depends on the situation here. But if you were looking for stability, at least in the short term, no, because there's going to be gear shift after gear shift. But the idea is that this now more focuses on, since the first card to you was the Knight of Defense, the thing of stand your ground, decide what's most important for you, What do you want to fight for? What do you want to protect? What do you want to let go? That's the first thing. Because once you've actually carved out your niche of, okay, this is my little island, and all the things on this island are going to actually, figure this out here. Once I've got that, then I'm going to switch over to the night of offense and actually make sure that my bubble I've created is going to be completely safe from the exterior aspects. What she says, this comment is no chance of stability astrologically, so this makes sense.
So I guess your chart is a lot of fun, huh?
I guess. And this last card, the idea of the imbalance with imbalance, bingo. You're going to have to basically flip flop back and forth because you've got 3 elements here. 3 cards. You have earth, you have fire, and you have air. The one missing one is water, the emotions. So that obviously, for the time being, takes a bit of a back seat between what you have to do and what you basically need to do to maintain that balance and what you want to do. So emotionally, they're going, okay, well, let your brain run things for a while. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want to add anything to that, kid?
I mean, you took a lot of my talking points, but yeah, you're getting to the point in the change cycle that is almost the tail end, because now we're starting to get to putting the changes into action in our life and creating something new out of that. All of the change is for a point and a purpose. It just, change takes way longer than we think it will, and then it's always very nerve-wracking because we never quite know how it's going to turn out.
Amen to that one.
So, is it my turn? Is it my turn to pick next?
Yeah, you have Marie or Sonia. Pick one.
Hey Sonia, are you still here, Sonia?
So we will do Sonia, then we will do Marie, and then we will do the people who chimed in and got their spots this evening.
Exactly. You're welcome, Kathy. Thanks for joining us.
Exactly. Sonia. Paging Sonia Royal.
I honestly have no idea how bad the delay is tonight, so...
Me neither.
If only we had a sound guy!
Yeah, he has to do work.
Retail gives stupid hours.
Let's see. Sonia, are you there? Marie, are you there? Haven't seen either of them pop up for a while.
Let's see what happens. Are you good? You're going to be calm now? Very nice.
I was going to say, my cat seems to have left.
No, he's back in the chair, just kind of chilling.
Okay.
And I'm just like, if you start attacking the tablecloth again.
Well, have we lost both Marie and Sonia?
Perhaps we have. If that be the case,
then we have Haley up next.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, if Teresa or Robin are still here, who got put on the wait list, there actually might be spots for them.
It happens almost every time. I can't say every time anymore because there was actually that one time. Haley is here, so why don't we do Haley?
Okay, I was going to say Marie, Sonia. If you're still here, you're up. But since neither one of you is answering right now, let's move to Haley.
Yep. So for those of y'all that can't see Haley in the chat, so we use StreamYard because we can stream to multiple places at the same time. So Haley is joining us on YouTube. Most of you are joining us on Facebook.
Facebook, yes.
So
we can tell the difference here.
Yes, it does the little icon.
She wants a general love reading.
Which deck would you like? Which reader would you like? And number 1 to 78, please.
I was going to say that if she wants a general love reading, we probably should use the love deck.
Ah, yes, actually, that just came through the request. Yep.
Yes.
Set and
yes.
Yes.
The number shall be
67.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna
oh,
count that from behind rather than from the front. Oh, I'll be here forever.
Giggity.
So 67. Okay.
All right, so let's see. Could I get a general love reading? I am a Taurus sun. So much has gone on, and I'm blindsided. Oh boy.
Okay. Bluntness it's going to be.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, the cards, none of them are inverted.
Okay.
She may be a Taurus sun, but she has nothing but male energy in her cards. She has nothing but fire and air. Earth, air, fire, water. Earth and water are the female elements, compatible. Air and fire are the male elements, compatible. Obviously, if you want fire, you got to have some bloody air. So we have here the Six of Wands, the Lovers, and the Nine of Wands. Lovers, by the way, doubles as Gemini for Zodiac. I realize that you're not a Gemini. I mean, unless you have some Gemini in your chart. I don't know if it might be a moon or a rising or something like that.
Sorry, I just love that reaction first.
I wonder if that was a reaction too. Which comment of ours?
I mean, probably just reading out of the cards. If they have any experience with tarot, that's quite a combination.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Haley does have Gemini.
That may actually have some relevance in there.
Gemini Mercury specifically. You know, like a lot of the details of your chart. So many people do not.
All right, so here's one for the starters. The Six of Wands. I refer to this as the Indiana Jones card, because it's like the way the guy is dressed here. It's like going, yeah, it's kind of the safari. It's an adventure card. The idea is that, in this deck especially, fire is about lust, and passion, and desire and adventure, and so the idea of there's Indiana Jones, putting his hand on the bare ass of his femme fatale, like that never happened in the movies, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least not on camera. They were all PG rated, but what he was doing in certain things there.
Dad, I was the next man.
Exactly, Anyway, so that's what this is. I mean, this basically, as a metaphor, it represents the whole kind of an adventure aspect. She said she's lost an awful lot there. That was her original thing, right?
So much has gone on, and I'm blindsided.
You're blindsided with the fact of, okay, well, consider how the adventures have gone for you. Were they actually your adventures, or were they somebody else's? Who are you in this card? Are you the gentleman, or are you the lady? Remember, this is about male and female energy. You could be either or. Maybe you've actually played both sides at certain times.
This is why I don't gender.
I think the next card, the picture especially, is going to kind of explain the. We got another troll.
Oh Lord, okay, I got it.
Okay, thank you. Kind of, I think explains kind of like where, at least where your head/heart is. The Lover's card here. You have here what looks like to be a nice little menage a trois. No, it's not. The fact is that
somebody's feeling very insecure in that menage a trois.
Well, if you look, because in this deck especially, it's very, very key to look at the various facial expressions of the people. Okay, so the guy in the middle there, he's like going, hey, I've got two ladies. The brunette's all like, hee, this is great. And the blonde's like, will you please leave me alone?
Yeah,
She's
no,
like,
that's the one I meant. Like that you don't even have to look at the face. She's literally in the fetal position.
right. And the thing is, and there's Cupid over the head of the guy, and if the thing is, and Cupid's like going, is like his face is like going, I
Okay,
don't know about this.
we have a little bit more information here. So yes, I've connected to many. I have options, and from out of those options, I caught feelings for one, but it failed.
Yeah. Well, e pluribus unum, right? Out of many, one, or one out
Mm-hmm.
of many. But
Mm-hmm.
the idea is that connected to many have options, you know, but it didn't work out. Well, you're not on the same page. It's like maybe you thought you were. And the idea is, again, fun and games, right? Fun and games, depending on your perspective. That's
It's
what I get
all
back
fun and
to.
games until it isn't.
Well, that's the thing, is that whose game are you playing, or are you playing your own game? And the thing is that if you're playing, are you playing someone else's game or someone else playing your game? The thing is that this isn't like D&D here. It's like you have to basically be on that. You actually both want to play the same game together. Where, and this is where the last card comes in, by the way, the Nine of Wands. And again, Wands being, again, more of that suit, more about passion and lust. That is one of the cards which actually is not a lustful card. I mean, it's basically, it's a man and a woman, and they're just basically having a nice little embrace in the park there, and you've got, she's sitting in his lap and all that. But again, there are some cards in this suit, by the way, where literally the couple's going at it. It's actually this card where there's actual sex going on. And here's one of the few cards where it's like, okay, maybe you can say this might be foreplay, but this is like really, they're really kind of like feeling each other out and really kind of saying, do we actually really want to take this the next step? This is kind of like that serious progression of, hey, if we wanted to just have, wanted to go party, we wanted to hook up, we could definitely do that and have some short-term fun, and then go home our separate ways and kind of go, well, that was kind of nice. But the thing is that those things don't last. It's very, very, it's short-lived. The thing is, if you want to have more of a longer term thing here, you need to have much more of a deeper connection, which the first two cards really don't show that. They don't show that deeper connection. The last card shows the attempt of finally trying to make the deeper connection.
I was gonna Haley, if you hadn't commented that just now, I was gonna call you out on it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, she likes short-term fun.
And that's
Fine.
not, there's nothing wrong with that. But
No.
the problem that you've created is, now that you want something slightly different, you don't actually know how to achieve that.
This being the last card, this is the quote projected future. This is the direction that ultimately you're going to want to head towards. Maybe not like right this very second, but ultimately is that this is where you want to. This is where the card's saying is that, let's presume that you're evolving, getting past the short term and getting more into the long term. Not that you can't necessarily, still have that fun, but it's a different type of fun.
Well, Haley, here, let me give you a little non-psychic advice just from one person who recognizes their own. I used to be that way too. And I realized over the course of years in therapy that the reason I was like that is that I was using those quote unquote connections to keep everyone that as a potential partner completely at arm's length, because I was actually terrified of what real intimacy is, which is not the sex part. The real intimacy is the emotional vulnerability part. And emotional vulnerability is terrifying.
And some are much better at it than others, and that's the whole thing, is that,
I've been learning.
you just froze. She didn't hear your comment. You completely froze.
You did on my end. That's fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, you need to look at, so if you want to change to sort of figure out how to do more of a long term, you need to figure out how to be able to open yourself up in that way, because until you do, you are not going to get the emotional connection that you are currently craving.
You
Speaking
need
from
to see,
experience.
you need to see this comment that just came through. Okay, it didn't work out. Well, here's another one here.
And because it didn't work out, I'm guessing, again, this is from my own personal experience, that that is really kind of making your brain and your heart want to shut it back down a bit. Being like, okay, we tried to open ourselves up emotionally, it didn't work. Shut it down, shut it all down. No, don't listen to that panicking
Well,
alarm.
basically, you kind of like cross that bridge. Now that you're on the other side of it, it's like you are on the right path. You may not be with the right person or have been with the right person, but the thing is, that person has opened you up to something you haven't experienced before, and so you're getting closer to that truer connection that you're looking to find. So this first one didn't work out. Okay, I mean, it sucks. I'll grant you that. Yeah, heartache sucks. you
Mm-hmm.
know Emotional heartache is flipping horrible. But there's that old, is it Shakespeare, that better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all? you know I mean, it's
And
flipping true.
I was fighting that. I am aware of my own numbing out tendency. See, yeah, no, I absolutely used to do that too. I still fall into old patterns because I'm in the process of the change, but I am able to really kind of recognize those panicking feelings and really kind of soothe myself out of that, being like, look, this didn't work out with this particular person, but that doesn't mean that what I did and the way that I reached out was wrong. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. You gotta actually feel the stuff. And so I think you are
I think you froze again.
I just, yay, good lord.
Something
So
very
I
profound, and you freeze.
Yep. So, no, you're on the right track. It's just you're at the point of the track where it's still incredibly unfamiliar to you. New territory in a lot of ways. And if I could offer a suggestion, for me, I've been putting a lot of focus on creating stronger, healthier platonic relationships because I'm get thanks
That was
because
Pandora.
I'm getting a lot of
Hi.
I'm getting a lot of really, healthy emotional, you know, stuff just from my platonic friends, and I'm building an army of just platonic love so that I have people that I can genuinely be emotionally intimate with that I'm also not necessarily sleeping with. And that's a huge thing. We don't in our society, we don't set a lot of stock in emotional intimacy, and we should.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm
So,
off of my soapbox.
okay. So I hope that will help you moving forward. Um, don't look at anything that you've done and regret it. You know,
No.
it was something that was necessary. You've learned from it. You're evolving. You're improving. You will be a work in progress. The moment you think you've completely found it, no, reality will bite you in the ass, unfortunately. But
But we can affirm that right now you are doing very good work. Keep it up.
mhm. Okay, so on that note, we will move on. Marie and Sonia, neither of them checked in.
Nope.
So,
So we have Kim and Liz and Annie and Teresa.
and
If
Teresa's back. Yeah, Teresa, if
Yep.
she's still here, because I know she checked in. If she still wants to hang on to for later on, she is now on the list, as is Robin. Because Robin was also on the wait list.
So
but anyway, we're going to move to Kim now.
Yes.
So Kim and then Liz. It's almost baseball season. No, it's not. Still got 3 months to go. And I'm not even a big baseball fan, so it's more the fact of when baseball season happens, I know it's springtime.
Oh, Gabby, yeah, that's a good point. Gabby's like, the storm could be affecting the Wi-Fi. Yeah, probably.
Okay, Kim wants the dragon deck, both of us, and number 6. So let's use your dragons. I think your dragons are due.
Yep, give me a moment. Thanks, y'all, for giving me the low numbers. Appreciate it.
Yeah, what do I get? 67, 56? No.
Yeah, no, apparently they all like me.
So, Liz, if you're still here, you were in the batter's box. Please check it back in. If not, then it will be Annie and then Teresa.
We're inverted again. All of it.
All three of them are inverted?
Yeah, do you want me to actually try showing them on my end, or do you want to do it?
The last time it was nothing but a blurred mess. I mean, you can try it. If it's all blurred, I'll just find the cards for you in my deck.
Okay, so we have all three inverted. We have the star, we have the Queen of Coins, and we have the Four of Wands.
Okay, just put the star up there first, and actually, I can see that this time.
Yay!
It's not a blur.
There's the right side up.
Yeah. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, which we're almost into. Aquarius is coming up in a couple days. And that's the Queen of Coins, otherwise known as Taurus. So we have Aquarius as the star, and Taurus as the Queen of Earth. And then the upside down Four of Wands, otherwise known as the Divine Male card, because it's a big phallic symbol that the dragons are wrapped around.
Hey, Kim, I'm just going to throw this out there, but do you need a vacation? Because that's what I don't know about you, Dad, but that's what all of this is like screaming at me immediately. Is just,
I want a surprise.
Help, I'm burnt out on all of the levels, is basically what this is screaming to me.
Well, especially the first card, that when you said the reverse star, I'm going, yeah. That's that little.
We're stuck in our head.
It's an old Broadway song, by the way. I want a surprise, because it's a shooting star. The dragon's doing a little chore there and spilling the water because a shooting star goes by. And it's just the fact that, and because the dragon goes up, hey, it's like wow, that's really kind of cool. Because shooting stars they're positive omens. But it's upside down, kind of going, you're looking for a surprise. You're looking to be distracted from your normal stuff. It's just the fact that you are just sick of this routine.
You are, yeah, sick of a lot. Like, you don't want to, you don't want to deal with any of it right now. We don't want to deal with the mental. We don't want to deal with the earthly physical. We don't want to deal with the energy. We don't want to deal with the emotional. You're tapped out.
Mm-hmm.
You need a reboot.
Yeah, you need a vacation.
Have you tried turning Kim off and turning her back on again?
Software update, perhaps, maybe.
But yeah, Hunt, you're juggling a lot, and you are very much at the end of your rope. And I am wondering about your support system, or even if you've informed anyone of how burnt out you are, because I know how we all are in this community. We don't tell people when we need help. Why would we do that?
Oh, because we're all strong enough to handle everything on our own. Yeah.
Exactly. Honestly, not to be crass or anything, but with the Four of Wands, the Divine Male card, go get yourself some dick. Will that help? That can be very helpful.
If it's the right one. Maybe she's had some wrong ones recently.
That that could be a case, but it kind of seems like we really are just needing like a full reset on everything.
Yeah, because the other one, the picture on the Queen of Earth, it's a dragon that's hovering around a tree. At the bottom
Over
of
an
the
egg.
tree is an egg with a tricycle on the inside. The thing is, it requires patience to wait for the egg to hatch, and you've run out of patience.
Hmm.
And it's effective. And of course, it's one of those things where the egg is not like it's a dragon egg. You can't just like break it. Well, I suppose you could, but you destroy the contents. Um, but I'll let you comment on.
That's fine.
We're not going to refer to either getting some or she's had the wrong one recently or whatever. We'll let that one go.
No.
But with everything upside down is the fact of the Earth card is that you've run out of patience, and it's like you're not even you've so lost interest in that egg you don't even give a crap if it hatches anymore. You're just done with this. And then the whole point of the inverted divine male card is the fact that it's like sometimes things that you actually thought you would appreciate and really enjoy, they're not even fun anymore either. So
Yeah, this is very much a, oh no, I'm struggling to do the things I'm actually passionate about.
mhm.
Which, yeah, I mean, we can all have those struggles at any given time. Like that's not in and of itself concerning to me. What concerns me is, can you get out of this cycle? Can you get to a point where you are restored energetically wise, and
Pull a fourth card and see what it says. Let's give a resolution to this. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have recommended that.
oh no, it's funny.
Okay, what is
And
it?
the devil's come to put the boot in your ass.
Capricorn, which we are
It
still in Capricorn, but only a few more days left.
So the devil is one of my faves because the devil is about helping you to clear away those negative toxic influences, things that no longer serve you, whether it's people, whether it's physical objects, whether it's memories, whatever it may be. The devil is like, you don't need that anymore, but you also won't get rid of it. Here, let me help. You need to let go of some things.
And you just start the process now. The fact that you've got all these zodiac signs, especially the fact of your first card being Aquarius, which literally starts in 3 days, and Capricorn, where we're in right now, which ends in 3 days. So the idea is that you're about to head into a transition. So rather than just kind of like waiting for things to happen, it's like going, now's the time to give yourself a little bit of a boot in the butt and kind of like say, all right, let's actually get this process moving. Now, maybe you're like some people, me included, by the way. I hate January. I'm not a winter person. So winter weather, winter sports, I'm not really into it. And January for me has a tendency of being like the most depressing month of the year. Because I'm looking forward to. I love spring, I love summer, love fall too, for that matter. Um, and holidays are great. And here comes January. Well, New Year's, yeah, first of the year. It's also the end of all the celebrations, the end of all the holidays, and now it's just the dead of winter, with not much to look forward to for a while.
Which is a good time for two things, because Dad and I have slightly different views on January. I don't hate it the way he does. I view it in a so this is our quote unquote downtime with the Fafnir and Spawn stuff. We aren't really traveling to events right now because it's winter. They're not doing outside events right now. What I do during the winter, that is December, January hit, and that is when I go balls to the wall on getting my health together so that when the fair season starts again, I have healthier things that are helping me get through the season. So right now I'm balls to the wall with physical therapy. You need to rest, rejuvenate, and then really just let go of the things that, based on your comment, you know that you need to let go of. Because my physical health is also part of my general introspection time. Oh, okay, you are there. I wasn't sure if you froze again or not.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. So, yes, the devil is here to help. Won't you let him in?
Someone's knocking at the door.
God.
Someone's ringing the bell.
Yup.
Do me a favor. Open the
Open the
door.
door.
Let
Let
him
him
in.
in. Yep, that one.
Well, I could do another ditty of the written by the singer who we just found out passed away a few hours ago. Almost cut my hair. It happened just the other day.
It's such a shame about that.
I know. Yeah, Red told me 5 minutes before we went online that David Crosby had passed away. I'm not going. He was one of my childhood heroes. I loved Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Crosby, Nash, Crosby. Period. Yeah.
I mean, I do too. You instilled that very deeply into me,
Oh
very
yeah.
on purpose, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I got a chance to see Crosby, Stills, and Nash on one of their quote geriatric tours. They called that themselves, by the way, a number of years ago. And how he Crosby got on stage and announced how he described the three of them. He goes, Stephen Stills, he just writes kick-ass rock and roll. He goes, Graham, he's gotten all those really, really cool ballads, teach your children a lot, just love his stuff. He goes, me, I write the weird shit. He wasn't kidding, actually. He wrote some really interesting stuff here. Musically and lyrically, he was all over the place. Anyway, we diverge.
Liz and Annie in the wings.
I know she's here because she said she's still here. Liz, and then Annie, and then Teresa. So Annie, get ready. Teresa, you're getting close too. Because Marie and Sonia seem to have left the building, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kim says January's been a bad month. Yeah, Jeff Beck. We lost Jeff Beck and David Crosby in within a week. Great.
It's going so well.
Yeah.
And remember, it always comes in threes.
Ugh. I don't even want to think about it.
I don't know if anyone can hear it, but Theon is snoring.
That I can't hear. Okay, so Liz has a question. Now the question is that which reader do you want? Which deck do you want? And we need a number.
So what is January trying to teach me? What do I need to let go of in 2023? Dragon deck, both readers, 11. And Libra. She's a Libra.
Like me. So we'll do mine. Yes. 11. We're getting some repeat cards, that's for sure.
We got a lot of that last month. Like, everybody kept getting this. We were like, wow, it's everyone's a theme. It's all the theme.
Air and fire again. I almost went to like fire and ice, but no, it's like air and fire again.
It's a theme.
Yes, we have the Lovers, the dragon version of the Lovers. We already saw the Sexual Magic Tarot version of that. And then we have the inverse Ace of Wands and the inverse Queen of Wands we've seen a few times before too. So here be your pictures. Here is your Lovers card, the purple and the red dragon, all nicely entwined in each other with the yin-yang symbol above that. And the whole point of the little purple dragon there is dangerously close to the color of the background. So upside down, I'll show it to you right side up, but this was upside down. The Ace of Wands, the old, ancient wizard dragon in his lair, his chemistry laboratory, his professor's office, whatever you want to call it that, with his old orb, essentially having all the old stuff all around him. But one's a new beginning. Trying to figure out how you can take all that great stuff from the past and actually create something new out of it. And then you've seen this before, but we'll show it to you again. There's the Queen of Wands with her crown way over her head, Triskel over her head as well, and she's wearing an ankh around her neck in front of the Egyptian pyramids. All that nice little, very, very interesting mixture of cultures in there. What is January trying to teach you? What are you trying? What do you need to let go? Let go of everything you fear to lose.
Oh boy.
Sorry, that's my bad Yoda impersonation.
I was gonna say, and Yoda's showed up.
No, I'm not saying that you're as confused as Anakin. Maybe you are. You have that strong male energy of the whole air and fire mixture again, but your fire cards are upside down. So it's kind of like when you're not quite sure where your energy should be applied. That's the big thing. One of your takeaways right now is, what is January trying to teach you? It's actually trying to teach you which direction you really should go. The whole point of the Lovers, the one that was not inverted, again with the red dragon and the purple dragon, is figuring out exactly who the hell are you? Now, in my opinion, and I could disagree, you're the red dragon. And the idea is that, are you really there with a, quote, partner, or actually are you carrying all this on by yourself? Because again, that purple dragon sometimes is actually not really there. That's why he's deliberately made the color of the background. Sometimes it really does refer to two actual separate entities, and sometimes it doesn't. Excuse me. And then this.
Don't choke.
I'm trying not to. The upside down wizard, the fact is that you actually, it says that you actually really possess a heck of a lot more than you ever have given yourself credit for. And the thing is that you have a lot of control to actually call the shots and do your thing. You're the professor. You have all this kick-ass stuff there. Now you can leave it there on the shelf and just gather dust if you want to. Okay.
But we know you're going to use it.
It doesn't do you any good if it's sitting there, by the way. But the idea is that, and maybe you have pulled out one of the books to use, but there's an awful lot more you never have. There's a lot of potential that has just been sitting there that you have decided for whatever reason not to use because you don't know how to apply it. That's why she's upside down.
You have a lot of different directions that you want. It's one of those things. There are so many things that you want to accomplish that you're having a very hard time picking your first lane, essentially. Because I know how much stuff you do and like the advocacy work that you do and all of that stuff. But yeah, what in particular is the direction that I'm not saying give everything up, but you can't be pulling yourself in 5 million different directions. Don't half-ass multiple things, whole-ass one thing.
Or maybe one or maybe two. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. What do you need to let go of? Your own goddamn insecurity. The fact is that you don't trust yourself, in the fact of it's like, you know what? Go out in a blaze of glory. The thing is, it's one of those things that, go out and do something and and go out full well. And if it screws up and it goes down in flames, own it. And
it's
be proud as your ship burns as you go under the sea and all that, as opposed to just kind of like going and being just like always behind the scenes, always 2 steps behind. You're nice not safe and whatever. And
you're not the kind. You're not the background dragon. You're not the kind to fade into the background.
Nope. Mm-hmm. Be bold. And own it. And the thing is, and it's not going to go right every time. That's okay. But the idea is that it gives you courage to actually be out there. And so when you really do succeed, wow.
It's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. But basically, it's like, it's like letting go of the fact of is that you need to learn to make your own decisions. That silly little Yoda quote, let go of everything you fear to lose. Well, what do you actually fear to lose? I mean, if anything, it's like you're you don't want to be embarrassed. You're afraid of you might someone else might not respect me as well. Who cares? At this point especially, what's more important is what you feel. I mean, I'll grant you, I love having other people's approval as well. I don't live for it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I do my things, and sometimes I connect, and sometimes I don't. You know what? And if I don't connect with someone, you know what? That doesn't mean I was wrong. It just didn't mean our energies didn't connect.
Yeah, it is
That's
not
okay.
the end. It's not the end of the world.
Nope.
So, don't panic. Don't panic. Just figure out your direction for the moment. If anybody gets that reference besides him, you get many points.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let that one go so people can. Don't panic! Don't panic! I'll give you another one. Good thing I can't see far with this leg.
So, yeah. So, let us
Any
know if you
follow
have.
up questions there, Liz?
Yep. And then Annie.
Annie, and then Teresa. Haven't heard from Annie in a while. Hope she's still here.
Me too. Let's find out.
I guess I know Teresa's still hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
But Teresa's being moved into the on deck circle.
Yep. All the more reason for you to slow down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
$16 General. Is it mine again?
It's your turn. We just did my dragons. Pandora's howling upstairs. Meow, I'm still down here. Meow. She's getting closer now.
Yeah, I can hear her.
I'll give you treats when the live stream is done. I'm busy. Why don't you come down here and hang?
But Dad!
Thank you, Liz, for your kind words.
Alrighty. Well, we only have one inverted one this time. So we have Temperance.
Oh, there's one that hasn't shown its head yet. Temperance or Sagittarius by Zodiac.
Six of Wands.
The Divine Female card upside down.
Yes.
With the big V in there.
And then King of Coins.
Capricorn again.
So, are we in our introspective phase at the moment? We've been talking about that for a bit. This is the good time for the introspective portion of the program.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing the introspecting, but again, I know I've asked you this question before, but I'm gonna ask it again. Support system, are you using them?
Which was the inverted one in this one?
Six of Wands.
Okay, yep.
So, are you utilizing your support system? Because they are there, they exist. I would know. I count myself in and among that. You are energetically burnt out too. Also, you are in one of those states that many of us are in where it's like, wow, you just cannot catch a fucking break, can you? You desperately would like a break. But also, you are confused about the current path forward, not entirely sure what the best plan to sort of get you out of this burnout is. Because it seems like every time you start moving in a direction, another obstacle. But you know at least what you're looking for, which is good. It's just you're having an issue with the pathways to get there. King of Coins.
That's the Dragon Horde card.
Yes.
That's the picture of the dragon that's hovering around the tree. At the base of the tree is all kinds of gold. It's a metaphor. The fact of is like this dragons love gold. So it's the idea is that it is the dragon is protecting his horde. So yes, it's time for you to start protecting that which is most precious to you. Whatever that golden metaphor is for you. No wrong answer, by the way. But
and also, we know that you're trying and things are not working in your favor. Like, we're not sitting here going, all right, Annie, get off your ass and do something. We're going, oh, shit. You really are trying. The universe is just kind of being rude.
Yeah. The whole point, temperance, your reevaluation card, the upside down divine female chalice sign. It's just like in the Six of Wands. And it's just, yeah, you're trying. And it's just like, the earth has not been your friend of late.
No, definitely not. Stop. Speaking of, stop injuring yourself.
Well, there is that too.
Well, that is one primary way that the earth is currently not being her friend.
But at this point, really, really focus on what it is you actually want to maintain. Meow. Pandora agrees. She's really good. She's good. She won't come down here, but she's really getting a little vocal on the upper floor there.
Are you alone in the house?
Right now, I am. Yeah.
Oh no, nobody's okay. I was gonna say, why doesn't somebody else give her treats? That's why. Do you have any follow-up or any questions, Annie? Because this is essentially really saying, we understand you're trying, hold fast, and for the love of God, lean on your support system.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, Annie, stop it. Stop it. As Dad will occasionally say to me because he likes to be funny, have you just tried being healthy?
Can't you just get better?
Yep, he does that to me all the time. And I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was the option.
Well, it's like the famous Bob Newhart Stop It sketch.
Yep.
For those who, if you ever see it, it was something that he did on Mad TV back when Mad TV was on. What was that, like 20 years ago now? He was reprising his old role from his 70s sitcom when he was a psychiatrist, and he comes in and this patient just like tells him some, the various tales he had or she has about the various things that are wrong with her, and he looks at her and he goes, I have a way out of it for you. 2 words. Stop it.
So,
Teresa, you are up if you are still around. And then Robin, if you are still here. And that will be it.
We love that y'all keep coming back every month.
What is the delay here? There's Teresa.
8.
Hi, General Dragon, please and thank you. I love that.
Yep. 8. Look, you get a lower number now.
Yay. Oh, here comes Pandora. What is your problem, Kat?
I want treats.
That's exactly what our problem is. Oh, look at Annie. 10 hours waiting to be seen.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so fully familiar with that. The emergency rooms right now are just full to bursting.
Well, I will say one thing. These 3 cards have not been seen tonight.
Oh, hell.
Teresa. You're not following the pattern of other people that we've read a lot. And the fact of, well, except for one thing, on a Earth again. That's like I guess that's the big element takeaway tonight. There's more Earth cards than anything else. She's got the first card is the reverse hanging dragon, number 12.
Okay.
The 6 of Earth, 6 of coins, and the inverted 5 of coins. So show you the pictures. There's the hanging dragon. Surprisingly, not based on zodiac at all. But you see here the picture that actually it's kind of hard to tell because the title of the card there kind of obscures it. There's a bunch of bones there, along with a shield and fallen sword. And there's a dragon that's basically just laying in the tree there. He's having a nap. And the idea is that there's a little story behind this card. Do not meddle in the affairs of dragons, for you are crunchy and taste good with ketchup, only brought to life. One day a foolish knight said, I'm going to go out and slay me a dragon. Well, sometimes the knight doesn't win.
No.
So in this case, you were the dragon. The fight came to you. You managed to win, and now you're trying to like rest and recover after having that nice little battle. Here is the 6 of coins. The dragon basically holding the scales of balance there, trying to maintain that meow yourself, cat. Well, basically like jumping up and down in the woods. Yeah. How's that working out for you? And then the inverted 5. The dragon hovering over the labyrinth.
Paralysis by analysis.
Yes, we refer to this as the paralysis by analysis card. So the idea of, okay.
Oh, Capricorn, Aquarius. Okay. Okay.
Okay. A lot of Earth to go with that Capricorn. Happy birthday, by the way. Upside down, but that's okay.
You still need a nap.
You still need a nap. Because essentially it's the thing is, yeah, shit storms. You've survived quite a few of them. Now you're just really, really tired.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, that's really is that, you know, it's one thing when you see them coming. It's another thing when they try to like get you in the back.
Yeah, the blindsiding ones are not great.
Yeah, and I think that's actually what you've seen more than anything else. And it's just like God damn it, enough of this nonsense. You know, work life is a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And it especially this one, the whole idea of, you know, trying to maintain the balance while jumping up and down. Now, sometimes it refers to the whole point of personal life too, or a combination thereof. I kind of sense it's more based upon your job than is anything else, or the fact that maybe you're trying to, like, the one it so overrides the other.
She's slightly in theme in the way that we're interpreting the cards, because Dancing Dragon, ask for help. Tell people about the Scorpion. Like, I used to be this way as well, when I wouldn't ask for help at all, and I wanted to look like this badass that could do everything myself. And then I almost died because my health couldn't keep up with that. So that was the wake-up call I needed. I'm not sure what your wake-up call is, but you don't need to be the dancing dragon. Because also the thing about the dancing dragon is he really seems to be forgetting in that picture that he has wings.
They all do.
Yep.
But it's amazing how few dragons actually fly in this deck.
It's like you could help yourself in a little bit of a slightly different way, looking at things in a slightly different perspective. That's the word that I couldn't think of for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other one again?
Paralysis by analysis.
Oh, yes. We are stuck.
Down.
Oh no, you're stuck in your head and you cannot get out. Are you an overthinker?
Oh God, yes, absolutely. That's what this one basically says. Like, yeah, The thing is, yeah, you're trying to actually foresee all those things. Yeah, well, good luck with that because you can't. I mean, there are some things that you can project absolutely, and I always tell people I say before you start something new, a little bit of advanced research is actually pretty kind of cool. But
Hmm. Also, something that helps me is bouncing what's happening in my head off of other people, because I don't always necessarily know when I've crossed into the we're way overthinking this now boundary, you know? So I can ask my partner, sound guy, just be like, "Hey, so point eight to put a bit, and he will always tell me if I've just completely gone off rail, which
well, you go ahead.
it seems like you might. Is there someone that you can ask if you're just very much overthinking? Because sometimes we do need that outside help. It is so easy to get stuck in your own head and so difficult to pull yourself out of it.
I want to throw a quote from the old Bill Murray comedy film Stripes. Of course, it's not one that he said. Lighten up, Francis.
Yes.
Because essentially, it's like sometimes you've gotten to the point where I think you're taking yourself way too seriously, or the situations, and the fact of it's that's the whole part of the thing of get out of your space.
Excuse me. I'm
No,
gonna just choke on my water.
that's okay. You froze anyway too, so we heard you talking about you like frozen in this position. He was like, "Oh, okay, this isn't good."
Oh, fun.
But yeah, it's like, get out of your own headspace. Go have some fun. You know, um, I mean, I don't want to basically say don't take all the crap that you've been going through too seriously, but it's like because that's not really true. It's more to the point of it's that don't let it drag you down. I
Hmm.
mean, it's shit. It absolutely happened. It happened, and there's no way around that. So, but the idea is that now that it's past, it's like what it was a phrase was a poet said at one point. The idea is that you know um, when someone hurts you, that's their fault.
Hmm.
But the thing is, once the hurt is finished, if it continues to hurt you, that's on you. And so it's more of the trying to you know I don't want to say forgive the past sins, but
No,
basically try to make sure that those the past sins, the other shit that people have done to you, that it doesn't continually hurt you moving forward.
what I shoot for, what I tell people, because like I'm working on this myself. I don't believe in forgiveness as a benefit for the other person, or really I don't think that forgiveness is what people mean. I think genuinely what people mean when they say that is apathy. I really want to get to a point where I will never forgive them for what they did to me. It will never be all right. But I want to get to a point where I am also incredibly apathetic about it, where it is no longer affecting me to,
Hmm.
such a degree.
Yeah, it's like it's like having a scar. I mean, the symbol of the scar will never go away. That will always be there. But the thing is, once the scar is totally healed, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Hmm.
All it
Yes,
is it's a visual reminder, nothing more.
bingo.
So I hope that helps, Teresa.
Everybody needs to let go of things this January.
There you
Weird.
go. That's part of the introspective of January. By the way, hello, Brittany. Since Brittany Vick has showed up relatively recently.
Um, I have not seen Robin in responding to any comments in quite a bit. So
Yes,
last
Robin.
call.
Last
This will
call
be
for
last
Robin.
call. Yep, last call for Robin.
Teresa just wants to have fun. Sorry, I had to do that.
Yeah, no, fun's good. We like fun.
That's what she really wants.
Oh Lord.
Some fun when the working day is done. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Yes.
Oh look, there's a mother.
Yes, she has just returned from the gym.
I need to introduce some bad news, not to be a Debbie Downer.
David Crosby's dead.
Never mind.
Yes,
Yeah,
your daughter,
no, I covered that.
your daughter told me that.
I thought that was worthy of breaking into the live stream to say that, because that's
we've
like
already-
saying the king is dead.
We've already done that. I already gave a little snippet. I sang a snippet of one of David Crosby's tunes.
I see. So you have honored him properly then.
Well,
Well, then-
as much as my voice can.
Will allow
Anyway.
it, yes. Well, then I'll leave you to it then. I see that I was not first to break the bummer news.
No, but it definitely is a bummer.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff Beck and David Crosby within the same week. That sucks.
Well, he made it to 82, which is about
81.
81, which is about 50 years further than I thought he was. So
That that's completely fair. Well,
Anyway.
since
So
there seems to be no Robin, but that is okay. We will just.
how about Batman?
Yeah, you're so funny. So, thank you all so much
you
for
indeed.
coming to the first live stream of 2023.
And dealing with the fact of us being in separate spots there, with each one of us freezing up from time to time and not having the card camera. And so, yeah, this is definitely more of a pain in the ass trying to do this when we're doing in different locations. But thank you for being there, and as we struggle through this, and so for those of you who did not get read tonight, who would like to be read next month, we'll be back in
A month.
a month, give or take, whatever. So Thursday, I don't have the calendar in front of me, so it's probably gonna be the Thursday after Valentine's Day.
We got you, Allison. Allison wants next month.
Oh,
Allison's being very proactive.
I didn't even see that, but thank you for catching that. Cool. So she'll be the first of the next month. Yay. So, yes, I mean, honestly, thanks for hanging out with us, because if it wasn't for you,
We wouldn't still be doing this 3 years later.
Absolutely. So, and if you wanted to throw that up there real quick there. For those of you who want to give us a tip, this is how you can do it. We didn't do any commercials about ourselves tonight. Not
No,
one.
but that what? Sometime it's slow season. It's fine.
Yeah.
Although
we-
catch us the first weekend of February in Essex Junction, Vermont, at the Vermont Winter Renaissance Fair.
Yes, that's going to be our first official gig of the year
At the Champlain Valley Expo.
And we'll be there with all of our Rennie friends and those who have missed out. And when I hang out a little bit, I mean, all we can say is it's indoors.
It is. It's not an
Fortunately,
outdoor
so-
event. We
So,
warm.
as long as we don't have a massive snowstorm which cancels it, so we can't get there, we'll be nice and warm on the inside. That's the one thing about that. I like that event because we've had
Warm.
We've had some years where outside it was like negative degrees, and yet on the inside it was still very, very nice. So getting there unpacking was a pain in the neck, but once we're inside, that was a different story.
Yes. So, thank you all. And
Thank
if we
you
don't
again.
see you at the fair, then we will see you here next time.
Absolutely.
And until then, merry meet, merry part,
and
merry meet again. So bad. That was so bad.
That was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Good night, everybody.
Good night.